Congratulations on purchasing Carico's Pro Series 360. It's the only unit you need to make sure that your business is safe for you, your customers, and your employees. Today I'm going to spend a few minutes going over some of the basics of the unit so that you can get started using it. The first thing you want to do anytime that you buy a new appliance, including the Carico Pro Series 360, is to read the manual. It contains more information I'm going to give you here today, as well as some very important safety features. Now, the first thing that you have to do is unpack the unit from the box. We've already done that. And when you take it out, the first thing you're going to do is you have to put the handle in place. The handle is folded down. You merely put it in place and then tighten these 4 bolts, 2 on each side, and you're ready to go. The second thing we'll do is to take the handy carrying toolbox and put it in place on the handle. There are 2 notches on the handle on each side, and there's 2 stems on the toolbox. You simply drop it in place and tighten these bolts. When you go to use the unit, the first thing you'll do is to fill it with water. You want to use regular tap water, not distilled water. If you have extremely hard water, you'll want to cut that with 50% distilled and 50% of the tap water. Each of the boilers for the hot water extraction and the steam take about a half a gallon of water. You'll simply move this plastic up, remove the covers, and add the water. Now, you'll notice that when you're pouring the water in, each of the entry points has a little filter that's designed to cut debris to make sure that nothing falls into the boilers. Make sure that you replace the caps on both of the boilers. And we're ready to plug in the unit. Okay, once the unit's plugged in, you heard the audible beep to indicate that it's powered up. What I'd like to do is, first thing we're going to do is to turn it on. There are 3 buttons on the control panel. The first is the steam, the second is the vacuum, and the third is the hot water extraction. So we want to heat the unit up because we're going to use the steam and the hot water extraction, so we're simply going to press the steam and the hot water extraction. You'll notice that the control panel lights up. And I'll point out the features of the control panel because it gives you all the information you need to know about how your unit's running. The first here, you'll see a bar graph. That's the amount of pressure that the unit has. Below it is the temperature. You'll see the boiler light is flashing icon. That means that the boiler is currently heating the water. You'll also see a steam icon. That tells you that the steam unit is turned on. You'll also see the hot water extraction icon. That tells you that the hot water extraction is turned on. There's also another icon here, and it's lit up and it looks like a little thermostat. That tells you when you need to clean the unit or demineralize the unit. When it's time to do that, it'll flash the word clean on it. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to prepare the vacuum for use. Since we're going to be vacuuming up water, there's one thing we need to do. In order to access the vacuum, there's 2 latches that you simply lift up and the bin drops down. You'd do this for cleaning as well if you need to empty it out. Since we're going to use the vacuum with steam and water today, you want to remove this paper filter and put it aside. If you leave it in while you're vacuuming up water, it could get moldy over time. Next, we'll replace the receptacle. Simply put it back up and reattach the latches. There's a switch on the back that you need to turn on for the vacuum. Then we'll come to the front of the unit, and there's a little fan icon on the control panel. We'll turn that on. That turns the red indicator light on, indicating that the unit is ready to vacuum. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the hose to the unit. In order to attach the hose, lift up the door, hold the button, and push it in. You want to push it in hard because it's important that this produces a nice tight seal. Check it by pulling on it. If it's not set, push it in a little bit harder. Now we're set. We're ready to go. The handle of the unit contains all the functions that you need to operate it. On the top, you'll see the hot water extraction icon, the vacuum icon, and you'll have a trigger here. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to show you and talk about the steam function. In order to operate the steam function, you'll pull this trigger. There's also a safety mechanism here that will stop the trigger from activating. So you hold it, and as you saw, there was some water that came out. That's normal condensation that forms. That'll happen when you start the unit from cold. So again, to operate the steam, you simply pull the trigger. Now when you use the steam, never point it at any person or any animal or any electrical outlets. Now I want to show you a feature of our dry steam unit. If I hold my hand about 4 or 5 inches away, you don't feel the temperature. And that's important because dry steam produces steam with only about 5 to 10% humidity in it. That allows it to reach a much higher temperature. In order to operate the hot water extraction, you would push the hot water extraction icon. That illuminates this light on the control panel. Now when I pull the trigger for the steam function, you're going to notice steam, but you're also going to notice an intermittent burst of hot water that comes out. And finally, to activate the vacuum, you'll touch the vacuum icon. The vacuum icon will turn the vacuum on and off from the handle. However, if you want to adjust the speed of the vacuum to high, low, or medium, you would do that on the control panel, and I'll show you how that's done. So we start the vacuum. And you can see when I held the button on the control panel, the light changed colors indicating that the speed of the vacuum has changed. Next, I'm going to walk you through quickly some of the attachments that we have. The attachments are stored in this handy toolbox. The first one I want to talk about is the dress fit. Now all of our attachments connect easily to the unit by simply snapping in place. In order to take them off, you would push the release button and pull off. The dress fit nozzle delivers a concentrated burst of steam, and I'll show you what that looks like. This is great when you need to clean grout, you need to get into the corners, or you have a very stubborn stain that requires that intense burst of steam. Now a cleaning tip is if you want to take grout or you want to clean something off, imagine that my hand is the surface. You don't want to attack the surface straight on. You want to take the dress fit nozzle at an angle so that it blows the dirt away. That's especially important if you're going to try to take a stain out of a carpet. You don't want to drive the dirt deeper into the carpet. Now the dress fit nozzle comes with 5 different brushes that you can attach. And I'm going to take a couple of them out as an example. This is a nylon brush. You simply push it in place and you're ready to use it. Now the nylon brush is great for cleaning most surfaces. We also have a stainless steel brush that looks exactly the same but has stainless steel bristles. That's great for cleaning anything that has a metal or stainless steel surface. We also have a brass brush which is great for a variety of surfaces. Check the manual to see exactly what they're intended for. We also have a couple larger brushes. These are better when the dirt isn't as bad and you want to clean a larger surface a little bit faster. Again, just like the small brushes, they click into place. We also have a triangular brush that fits on there. The other advantage of the dress fit nozzle is you can use it to vacuum as well. Here's a trick on how to put this on that makes it easier. There's a little notch here and it fits into a notch on the dress fit. Line it up as if it's a plane landing so that they match right up and it slides right into place. You can now vacuum up all of the debris that you just cleaned up with one of the brushes. You can have this on with the brush, you can use it separately or without the brush. It's all up to you. The nice thing too, the toolbox is set up so that every one of these tools has a perfect place to replace it. Now the next thing I want to talk about is what we call the Cobra brush. And you can see it's about a 4-inch wide. It's got a clear so you can see what you're vacuuming up. Again, it snaps into place. This is great for cleaning surfaces like countertops, bar tops, ranges, anything where you have a nice level surface. It's also great for cleaning tile floors. And in fact, we have two different sizes. One that's this size and one that I'll show you in just a second. If you want to clean a floor, it will make the job a lot faster. Now, each of the Cobra brushes comes with a number of attachments that you'll use depending on the surface you want to clean. This is a brush. It's great for cleaning upholstery or other soft surfaces. Now, I want to show you a nice little way to put this on quickly. If you take one end of the brush and one end of the Cobra jet and you match it up, they'll snap into place quickly. That's the fastest, easiest way to put them up. If you want to take it off, you simply grab the tab in the back and pull it off. Now the next set of attachments I want to show you come in a box inside the unit. There's the larger Cobra brush that we have. And we also have a large multi-surface brush. Again, it snaps into place just as the others do. Now this brush is great if you're cleaning a large area, like you want to clean a room, the floor of a room. Again, we provide you with a number of attachments, again, the soft bristle brush, that allow you to clean, say if it's carpeting. Now this one attaches a little bit differently, and what you need to do is you take it, so you see how these notches are wider on the top? They fit along the top of the unit. In order to lock it into place, you move these handles out, push the brush in, and then just simply slide the locks back into place. Now we're ready to vacuum with our large multi-surface brush. The last thing I want to talk about on the accessories are extension tubes. Each unit comes with 2 of them. Again, they snap into place. Now this extension tube is unique because it allows you to set the handle to whatever position is comfortable for you. If you're left-handed and you want to set it up with the handle on the left side, you simply loosen, adjust it to the place in the angle that you want, and tighten it. If you were right-handed, you could simply flip it over and do it here. Both extension tubes, along with the hose and the cord, give the unit about a range of about 30 feet that you could work in, so that you're not constantly having to move and unplug the unit or move the hose or anything like that. Okay, I want to show you one other feature about the unit, and we're going to attach the floor brush to demonstrate this. You'll notice that there is a little notch on the floor brush. That notch is designed to fit into the notch here, and there's a notch here which holds this. So if you need to take a break or you're done for the night but you want to keep the same accessory on, you simply rest it in place and it's ready to go. As you use the unit, you're going to learn what works best for your unique situation. Don't be afraid to try different brushes and try different methods on the surfaces that you need to clean. Now, another important thing to note, when you go to clean, there's a difference between cleaning and sanitizing. In order to sanitize, you have to make sure that the surface reaches a key temperature. That means you can't simply wave the brush and the steam over a surface and expect it to be sanitized. If you want to sanitize it, you need to go slow and make sure that that steam has a chance to heat that surface and neutralize whatever might be on it. If you ever have any questions, please check the manual, Carico's website, or contact Carico's customer service. We'll be more than glad to help you. Congratulations.